check us out at kgab.com. And it's going to be a pretty ugly day today. Could have some thunder showers turning into snow tonight and tomorrow. And we have our very next guest. She has now been hired as or appointed as the director of the Cheyenne DDA, the downtown development and what is it, Main Street and all that other good stuff. Miss Amy Surdam, how are you?
Good morning. I'm great. How are you?
Great. It's good to have you here today. And you've got a bit going on. You not only are you taking care of the Cheyenne Museum, but also now you've been appointed as the director of the DDA. Plus, you're in the military. Plus, your family. So you're a busy lady.
I am very busy, but I have great teams. I don't do anything by myself. And so I'm only able to do everything I do because of all of the people that surround me. So
that's awesome. Yeah. That's great. So let's talk about the DDA. As you know, the DDA has been under fire in this town with a lot of people. They want more money in the tune of $657,000 a year, somewhere along that line for the next 15 years. Some people are saying, well, let's put an incentive program in there. If they have a great plan, let's see the plan. If they hit those we'll give them a couple of years worth of money to hit those benchmarks. If they don't, then they'll need to get their funding from somewhere else. Others have said, well, downtown doesn't look all that great, and the DDA says they've got this great vision and they're going to do it. Put all that in perspective. In other words, what I'm saying, you have a big task ahead of you. And how are you going to, with your team, kind of be the savior? What's some of your vision or ideas on how to make all this happen to where the taxpayers say, hey, DDA is a great thing. Let's not disband it.
Right. That was a mouthful, Gary.
Well, I have a big mouth.
Well, just to clarify, the DDA is not asking for additional funds. They're asking for their budget to stay in place. And I think the DDA is an extremely valuable organization for the downtown. It's the only organization in our town that's 100% committed to the economic development and physical improvement of downtown. And I think it's important to have an entity that's focused on that. There's excellent leadership in place now on the board. There have been a lot of visions and strategic plans that have been compiled. And I think the key at this point is to start taking action on some of those great visions and those plans. And it is a difficult task in that the organization needs to make sure the budget is stable in order to move forward on some of these things. But in general, it's Cheyenne is just an amazing place to live and work and visit. Our downtown is the heart of Cheyenne. The people who live and work downtown are dedicated to making it the strongest place possible for Cheyenne. And downtown matters. And we all in the community need to start thinking, acting, and feeling like downtown matters. It's essential to have a strong, thriving downtown to recruit and retain workforce and just to make our community even better. And the DDA does do a lot of wonderful programs, and I just don't think people are aware of their involvement as much as they should be. So just communicating what has happened and what they do to the community is essential. Communicating to the property owners, getting that two-way communication going is going to be key moving forward.
And do you think the city and their regulations has something to do with downtown not thriving as much? In other words, we have a lot of property owners that would love to have their properties inhabited, but because of these stringent, outrageous codes that we have, they're looking at their property and going, it's really not worth it to me to do that. And I think you guys take some of the brunt of that. What are some of your ideas there?
So I think, again, that just goes back to communicating with those property owners. What exactly are the issues and how can we come up with some solutions for those issues? And if that is within code and regulation, communicating more effectively with the city and saying, hey, this is too stringent and we have too many vacant buildings, and if we could change this or alter this, that would ease some of that angst and get some of these buildings inhabited again. So it all goes back to communication and forming relationships and what is the goal for our community and our downtown, and let's all work together as a community for that goal instead of no, let's start saying yes, and how can we find these solutions?
All right, we're talking with Amy Surdam. She has been appointed the new director of the DDA here in Wyoming, and we appreciate her coming in today. And what would you say, and I know that you have to be careful how you say it, but this is what people want to know. What is it in the past that DDA hasn't accomplished that you think that you can accomplish being the new director?
I think there's been a long history of just a negative view on the downtown and the DDA. And I think we all need to stop with the negative attitude and start really embracing what's positive about our community. We are Cheyenne, Wyoming, the capital of Wyoming. We have 2 million visitors a year coming to our downtown. This is a fabulous downtown. And I think if our perception together collectively could start looking at it in a more positive way, even in our own community, we would have more people going downtown and experiencing everything that it has to offer. So I guess if I had to summarize, the one thing that I would hope to do would be to turn that negativity into a positive attitude.
That is awesome. That is awesome. Stay on the line. We'll grab your phone call here straight away. More from Amy Surdam on KGAB Mornings. 8:20 is your time. Good morning.
This is a guided meditation on parenting. Take this time to breathe deeply and close your eyes. Right now, you're completely in control. Unlike the time you and your son played basketball and you attempted to slam dunk, or when you tried removing those raccoons from the basement. Concentrate on the soothing sound of my voice. Release the memory of when you wrestled with that beehive in your son's treehouse. Let go of the time you thought that skunk was a cat, or when you pulled into the garage with your son's bike on top of the car. Deep breaths, deep breaths.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you. For more information on how you can adopt, visit adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
AJ Miller here for Kia of Cheyenne. Now that vacation season is here, it's time to get your car tuned up, checked out, and ready to go. Only Kia of Cheyenne has 3 master technicians and will fix your car right. We sell and service most makes and models, so come in and get a free estimate on your car today. Service department hours 7:30 to 5:30 Monday through Friday, 775-0123, and we'll always beat any deal on any new Kia in any state.
The Wyoming news you need to know, in depth with Wyoming's largest radio news team. It's Wyoming Tonight, Monday through Friday at 5 on AM 650 KGAB.
All right, welcome back. And 8:22 is the time here on Cheyenne's #1 news talk radio station. My name is Gary Freeman. Still trying to push 40 here in the capital city. Hopefully we will get there, but not probably without a little bit of precipitation a little bit later on. If you are just joining us, welcome. We have a fabulous guest in studio this morning, Amy Surdam, who is the president or the team leader, if you will, of the Cheyenne Museum, Children's Museum that's going in the whole downtown. Now she's been appointed as the director of the DDA. And Amy, congratulations and welcome back to the program.
Thank you.
All right, let me ask you this. What, and maybe you haven't, and maybe some of these questions are a little unfair, but have you talked to any of the business community that are actually downtown that have said, well, here's pros about it, but then here's some of the cons? Have you heard any concerns with the business? Because I know some business people down there, and they love being downtown. Yeah. However, it doesn't come without some of the issues. And so what have they been saying to you?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I have great relationships with a lot of the business owners downtown, and I think you're exactly right. People who work and live downtown love working and living downtown. And if other people knew how great it was, we would have more people living and working downtown. And so we just need to get people that message across. I think some of the big concerns, the general concerns that we've all heard are parking's an issue, and there's a transient population, and there's graffiti in the alleys. And I would say those probably would be the big 3, the vacant buildings with out-of-town owners who aren't taking care of those. But I think in a small way, those are really small problems in our community. I mean, if you go to other downtowns, you see more graffiti, more trash.
Don't go to LA.
Yeah, more parking issues, more transient population. And so really our problems here are very small. And there are definitely some things that can be addressed, and easy solutions for some of those items.
All right, we're talking with Amy Surdam. She has been appointed as the new director of the DDA. If you have a question for her, 632-6500, 632-3323. Explain to us a little bit exactly what is the job of the director of the DDA. What are some of, well, as you understand it, what are some of your things that you'll be responsible for?
I imagine the director is responsible of the organization as a whole, with timeline, budget, goals, accomplishments, reporting to the board, and developing those community relationships and assisting the community wherever possible.
All right, very good. Let's take a phone call. Good morning. You need to turn your radio down, please. All right, you need to turn your radio down, please. Okay, good morning. It's your turn.
Well, good morning. I have been listening, and I have... Hello?
Yeah, we're here, sir. Go ahead. It's your turn.
All right, I have been listening, and it's always interested me. Am I being interrupted here?
Sir, you have the floor. We're waiting.
I have been listening for years to this idea that downtown is the heart of the city of Cheyenne, and the heart of the city of Cheyenne has been inflicted with the ugliest eyesore west of Mississippi, and the downtown development has not done anything to correct that problem. Now the proposal has been made to put something in that hole down there that is beneficial to the city of Cheyenne, and that museum is just another boondoggle to inflict on the taxpayers that is going to turn out to be a fiasco. Now, how they propose to have 5 floors of museum for children is beyond any concept of reality.
All right, sir, I got to let you run because we're running out of time. Amy, you want to address that?
I'm really excited to help with the project Children's Museum of Cheyenne and put that in the hole and take care of that blighted area in Cheyenne.
Yeah, and you are actively involved doing that, and drawings and plans are already being, this doesn't happen overnight. You don't just say, okay, we're going to put a museum, kaboom, it's open.
Right, we're in the architectural stage.
You bet.
So
you bet, because we had to get the property squared away first before we can move to the next step. So Amy, exactly. Really, congratulations on your new, and we really hope that you can get or help anyway get, because I know it's not all on your back, but getting that downtown up and thriving the way a lot of people would like to see, and hopefully we can have you on the program. Again, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I just want to say that's exactly right. We all need to come together right now to help ourselves and our community and our downtown, and it's just time that we all work together for this common goal and this common mission of making our downtown even better.
You bet. All right. Well, best to you. We're in your corner on this. I think everybody wants downtown to thrive. And so whatever we can do to help, let us know. Okay.
Thank you. Yep,
all right. Very good. Amy Surdam, ladies and gentlemen, new director of the DDA. My name is Gary Freeman. More to come straight ahead.
Are you feeling run down? Do you have aches, pains, or illnesses that just keep hanging around? Chronic medical conditions require an internal medicine healthcare provider. A team of experts can help them manage a number of conditions, including asthma, heart disease, respiratory illness, back pain, and many more.